First, I'd like to thank you for raising the most beautiful woman I have ever seen.
Hey guys, what's up? You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Funke Oshini. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yes, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. And of course, if you haven't subscribed but you always watch my video, you've watched more than one of my videos or even maybe just one, thank you for coming back. And if you are new right here, thank you for finding a reason to click on this video. So yeah, today you saw the title already. I'm reviewing a movie. If you are not new here, and especially if you are one of the goldies that started with me on here, you know that one of the things I do on the channel is talk about everything that is worth talking about. So today, what is worth talking about? It is the movie Blood Sisters. It's a limited series on Netflix. Of course, it came out today. Today's date is let's see, today is 5th May, and I watched it today and I felt let me talk about this. It's been long I did a movie review on here. So yeah, I was doing some reviews on my WhatsApp status and I felt, why are you wasting it? Why not turn it into YouTube content? So yes, here we go. Let's review the movie, or should I say the series, limited series Blood Sisters, that came out today on Netflix in collaboration with Ebony Life Studios. Okay, so yeah, what is it about? It's about actually, before the movie I thought it was about two sisters, but then it's about two friends who are more or less like sisters because they've been coming together since I think they were 5. Yes, I think since they were 5 years old. So this lady was supposed to get married and something happened. She didn't want to get married again, and somehow the husband, I'm not going to be giving spoilers anyway, but then the husband to be died on that day. Starring in this movie are Keten Shaw, Demi Okunlawon, Inidima Okoje, Nancy Sime, Daniel Letimefyong, who else? Of course, Wale Ojo, Shegun Arinze, Ramsey Noah, Joke Silver, and some people that made, I say cameo appearances rather, because they appeared just once. Someone like Tony Abraham appeared just once. Okay, Maurice Chestnut. Let's just say Maurice Chestnut. Maurice Sam was also in the movie. Oh my God, how would I forget? How would I have forgotten this particular great actor? Guys, Gabriel Afolayan was also in the movie, and Kendi Bankole, amongst others. First of all, I would say that of course it is Ebony Life TV, Ebony Life Studios, Moabudu, and we know that they've got top-notch quality when it comes to video production. Yes, so I must applaud the video production of this movie, the camera angles, the cinematic, the color grading, the cinematic color grading, basically the video director or the videographer or the videographers knew their job. If you know about production, you will know you would know what I'm talking about. When you see this movie, that was the first thing that kept me glued to this movie, because of course I can say I know some things about video production, so I was ready to learn, and I kept on looking at some angles. I was like, nice one. Okay, so that's one thing that caught me in the movie, and I must say that the storyline was really catchy. It's something that you don't expect that you would quickly want to say this is what will happen and this is what will happen. When something is predictable, it's something that you cannot say it's predictable. And I like the fact that a whole lot of build-up was coming on the story. You're going along with the story, and before you know it, another thing has built up, and that thing has built up, and that thing has built up, which made it really interesting to watch. The movie is quite an intriguing one. I would applaud the production crew, and I would applaud the writer for bringing some twist into the series at some point, even though some of the progressions were like scattered, and you'd be like, calm down, you people should calm down, let us follow this series. We know it's limited, don't try to rush it up. But then the actors really put their all into this series, I must say. I might be calling it movie series, movie or series, whichever one, just take it like that. So they really put in their best into this. I felt the emotion at some point that Potential brought in, especially when she got in news that her son, that she was, saying that no, there's no way he could have been dead. He just ran away from the wedding that shouldn't have happened. When the news was broken to her that son was dead and the body was found, the emotion she let out there was just powerful. I really felt it. I really felt that. The two sisters, Enidima and Nancy, they really put their all into this. I felt the bond between them. Everyone wants a ride or die friend, a friend that would always have your back, and that was the kind of friend that Nancy Isime was to Enidima, even though she has no choice. Like I said, I'm not going to bring spoiler, but when you watch the movie, you see that Nancy really had no choice but to have Inidima's back. Okay. He did his own part. He had few scenes, even though the movie was centered around him. He had few scenes, and that's one of the things that I like about this movie. Our typical Nigerian movie, when you see an act, or maybe every other movie, when you see popular faces, when you see a big actor in a movie, you feel like, yes, of course, you can call DME a big actor. Come on, was nominated as Best Actor for 2022. Hopefully he wins. We don't know yet in the MVCA, so hello, you can call him a big actor. So when you see a big actor in a movie, and you know that they're looking forward to that the person would probably die, or maybe they said the person die, there's always some kind of assurance that you'll be like, this person cannot die in this movie. If he dies, then that's the end about this movie. Like an actor no, they die for film. But here in this movie, he died, and we saw it because of course, when the head was cut off, what else? So there's no reincarnation that we were expecting. We knew that he died already. So that I applauded that too, for the fact that they made us know that what we grew up with, the actor, no, they die for film. Nah, rubbish. The suspense isn't in who did it. When you are seeing an action like a criminal kind of movie, the suspense most of the time is always in who did it. But this time around, it is not in who did it, which I feel they revealed to us too early. But then because it's about the two sisters, of course. So the suspense was filled in what would they, how would they end up? What would be the end of these girls? What would be the end of them, That was the suspense in this movie. What is going to happen at the end of the day? One thing that I was also looking forward to seeing was this family is just disjointed. They are just somehow, what is it about this family? I want to know. So those were the two major suspenses that I saw in the movie that I was looking forward to. So now that all the praises have been said and done, let's go to the loopholes. Of course, I'm sure you guys were expecting some loopholes, especially when it has to do with Ebony Life. Not because Ebony Life produces trash movies, but because of the review on their last production. So, as much as this movie has a wonderful production, I noticed some loopholes, and I'm here to share them with you. First off, I had to write them down as I was watching. I was watching this movie, and I was just 2 minutes in, and then I saw something that made me feel, really? Why? If the director missed that out and didn't see the mistake in that, couldn't the editor just cut it off? That's why I always say this, that video editors is not, your job is not just to just collect rushes and come and edit. No, you're also telling the story. The final storytelling lands on your table or at your table, whichever one it is. So you need to tell that story right. If the director, the videographer, if they don't see that mistake, it is your job to make it smooth, to make the production smooth. So when Kola was getting to the helicopter, I don't know what they call these people. Is the helicopter attendant? I'm going to call him now. I don't know. Someone opened the door, and then he entered, and we saw the camera. Okay, at first I saw somebody. After he entered, I thought somebody else was coming in too, because they waited a bit before closing the door, and the person who opened the door was kind of looking and following the camera, like as if someone was coming, was following the camera like this, as the camera was drawing closer to take a closer shot, and he was just following the camera like this. And to my surprise, he shut the door. I was like, hello. So if let's assume that you didn't know, so can't the director just shoot that place again? Apparently they just picked one random person. That person isn't an actor, he's an extra, and I just picked him to just make that to just shoot that scene. And you allow, if the production has been done and no correction could be made, the editor could maybe do a closer shot, or must you show everything? Must you show the fact that they were waiting and camera was drawing closer. You could make it a closer shot, scale in, and let's see the closer shot, and cut the brother that was following the camera like this, cut him off. Anyway, that was the first thing that I saw that I was like, oh, God, just 2 minutes in, help me through this movie. So another loophole that I saw, these girls, out of self-defense, killed Kola. And then they had to clean it up. And to my surprise, they made it seem as if they were pros, like homicide experts, let me put it that way. You know, you killed someone unknowingly on the day of your wedding, and you were fidgeting, you were scared, you were trying to clear up everything, clean the blood stain on the floor, try to wrap him all up, you know. We do your, hey, somebody was knocking at the door, you had to quickly answer, come back, and another person knocked, and you know the way they were rushing and everything. And to my surprise, they were both wearing what they were supposed to wear for the wedding. The bride was wearing her traditional attire, and the friend was also wearing the best lady attire, all looking good, all made up. And with the way they were rushing, they are not experts though. This is the first time they will ever kill anybody. And to my surprise, they went back to the ceremony with no blood stain. There was no single blood stain on their body. Even the hand. They cleaned the blood with bare hands. So bare hands and clothes, of course, they were touching the clothes. And when the bride's mom knocked, Uchejumbo, I forgot to say Uchejumbo was in the movie. When she knocked and she went to answer her, she was carrying, before she answered, she was carrying the clothes full of blood stain. And this blood, which kind of blood Kola gets now when the stain person? I was like, really? Are they experts in killing people? Anyway, that's another loophole that I saw. The number 3 loophole. So before the wedding, they had a dinner when the bride's family arrived. So the groom's family, the bride's family, and friends of the family had a dinner the day before the wedding. And on this day, the bride's ex showed up. But before that, someone that was hired to kill Kola came into the, I'm not going to be saying who, you know, just go see the movie. Someone was hired to kill Kola who didn't succeed anyway. So this person came in, he was looking all scary, you know. That's Maurice Sam. He came in with a bag filled with arsenal. By arsenal, I mean guns, you know, pistols and all that. And at a wedding of high-profile people, they painted these people to be high-profile. They are very rich, you know, very rich, and they are well known in the society. Even apart from the fact that they are high-profile, the fact that the hotel alone is a high-profile hotel, someone like that entered with no search, with no stop. He was just allowed to enter freely with his arsenal, and he booked a hotel. It was just when he went to the reception, I was like, are you here for the wedding? Only for a very harmless guy, the bride's ex, to come in. He was harmless, and before we knew it, security stopped him at the gate, and I was like, Sarah, don't do this. Sarah, I love you. You know, you're not supposed to be getting married to this person. Before he started shouting, obviously the security stopped him. Why did they stop him? He wasn't holding any bag, because he just came in as a normal person. They stopped him. You could stop that person just because you wanted us to know that an intruder came in. At least to make it more believable and more reasonable, you could allow him to enter. Then he approaches the bride, you know. But then right from there, they were trying to stop him. Then the wife was, I know her. And then the bride came in. Yes, I know him. Hello. Oh, let's go on. So after they got away with packing up, somehow they got away with packing up the body, and they were about going to dispose of the body. So they had to change to the hotel staff uniform, the laundry staff uniform. And while they were at the parking lot, a photographer from nowhere, okay, what were you doing there? Everyone already said that the wedding was off. The mother of the groom, Ketenshi, already said the wedding was off. But late at night, in the midnight, you were at the parking lot. And before you know it, you brought out camera. What were these girls doing? What are these girls doing? Bah, bah, bah. Hello. I can see that he came for the wedding, and he knows the bride. So he recognized the bride, even though she was wearing something else. But what were you doing there at that point, to the point that you took snapshots to start blackmailing them with? Okay. Another thing was at the wedding itself. What was Ketenshaw wear? What was that gele on Ketenshaws head and the makeup? Fine, we know that you're trying to profile her. You're trying to present her as an older woman because she's acting DME's mother, you know. So you're trying to present her as an older woman, and of course she's not happy with the wedding. But at the same time, with the way she was kind of finicky, finesse, and everything throughout the movie, even when her child died, she was still on mild makeup. She was still wearing blinks all over with the nails. Even though she was grieving, she was still grieving, wearing expensive clothes, you know, sitting in the house and doing like this. Nepa just took light. But anyway, let's go on. So for a woman that you presented to be that high profiled, why will you? What was that makeup? I kept on looking at it. Oh, is there makeup that I cannot see? One ugly eyebrow. There was no eyeshadow. Or was there? If there was, I couldn't say anything. Hello, even the mother of the bride that came from village, that hasn't seen wealth before, was looking better. Uche Jumbo, yeah, was looking better. Your guests were looking better than you are. You know, what was that makeup? I don't understand. You deserved more. Another thing that really got me obsessed, I was like, hello. Okay, so when the three siblings, DME is the second born, Gabriel Afolayan, DME, and then their youngest sister, the youngest sibling, which is Timeyi. I don't know her name in real life, but then her character name was Timeyi. So when what's it called? Gabriel Afolayan was trying to say that it is time for him to take over the company. The girl from nowhere just said that, Mom, I can do it. Daddy showed me the ropes. He taught me everything, you know, so I can do it. I can take over the company from Kola, who they presumed was just missing but not dead yet. Okay, I was like, okay, that didn't mean anything to me. We just let her go. Only for this particular scene when Kola was finally buried and the brother, Gabriel Afolayan, was giving a speech. I think his name was Femi or something. And then he said, when he was trying to praise their mom who wasn't there, and I was like, you are a strong woman. You've been there for us since Dad died 20 years ago. And then I was like, So their father died 20 years ago. So how old is this youngest daughter that the father showed the ropes of the business? They have a big pharmaceutical. How old was she when the father was showing her the ropes? He said, Daddy taught me already. He has shown me the ropes so I can take over the company. So why? Find me, please. I'm lost. He died 20 years ago, but he showed you the ropes. You, the last born. The last born. So that's an error in the script writing. They didn't do that well. Hey, generator, let me quickly wrap up. So generally, what am I going to say about this movie? I enjoyed it, yes. Apart from, if you are not someone who pay, attention to little details, you would enjoy the movie. I can say I enjoyed it. You will enjoy the movie to this fullest without seeing any serious issue in the loopholes, and you may not even see the loopholes, But me, and I think this is something that Nollywood need to do. They need to really be doing this and start doing it, paying attention to little details. No matter how little, pay attention to them. The only attention that I know that they paid to this movie that I was like, was the nude parts, the sex parts between Kehinde Bankole and Gabriel Afolayan. They tried to show us some skin, even though they were still covering themselves up at some point, but they tried to show us some skin. And I like the silhouette of a particular one of their sex scenes. This is really their married couple. And I was like, oh, wow. And then the rehab, when they were showing the girls in the rehab having their bath, and they were really showing us that they were having their bath naked and they were fighting naked. I was like, what an attention to detail. But apart from that, every other little thing, like the things I mentioned, Nollywood really needs to start paying attention to things like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is not a spoiler, and I really hope that I haven't spoiled the movie for you. You can still watch it. I like the fact that it's a limited series, So yeah, Blood Sisters is on Netflix. It came out today. I'm trying to make sure this video goes up today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Funkyosh, and I'll see you next time.